We're back for TEW 2020, WWE 2008. We've got ECW, and we're going right into it. We open, it's a cold open. CM Punk, he's walking into Teddy Long's office, and CM Punk is still not happy about the decision Teddy Long made last week on there being a fatal four-way number one contenders match between four former ECW champions, with the winner going to No Way Out to challenge Chavo Guerrero. Punk still isn't happy about this. He believes he has his rematch clause. He wants a one-on-one rematch with Chavo. Teddy says the decision is standing though. Punk isn't going to change that decision. The match next week is on. And yeah, Punk just isn't happy. He kind of just walks out, clearly in a bit of a mood. 70 rating, really good segment. So we'll see what CM Punk gets up to tonight. But up first, we have Evan Bourne making his ECW in-ring debut against Mike Knox. Evan Bourne gets the win. They have great chemistry. For a 29 rating. And considering they were both 40 rated in ring, that is bad. I mean, yes, neither of them are over, but considering their in ring ratings, that is bad. But Evan Bourne, he beats Mike Knox. Big win in his in ring debut. A prospect for ECW potentially. Maybe the future of ECW. And you talk about the future of ECW, you talk about Dolph Ziggler. And it's another Dolph Ziggler little vignette. And Dolph Ziggler still isn't here, but he will be backstage next week in what will be a ECW 90-minute special episode. We're getting our extra half hour for ECW next week. It's going to be a big episode, go home show and No Way Out. We've obviously got that fatal four-way. We now know Dolph Ziggler is going to be there. What's he going to get up to? Not confirmed for a match. He's just going to be there. But he's not going to be wrestling. We then go back to the Teddy Long's office. And Stevie Richards walks into his office. And he informs Teddy Long, hey, I'm cleared to wrestle. I'm back here. I don't really want to be back here. This isn't fun anymore. I can't be bothered with this. But I'm back. And Teddy Long says, Stevie, I love having you around. It's great that you're back. But we've just brought in these 4 new rookies. ECW continues to grow and expand. We don't really have room for you on the roster. But we do need an interviewer. So if you're down to do that. And Stevie's like, yeah, fine, I guess, whatever. Stevie Richards cannot be bothered anymore. But he's back. I'm going to change his gimmick. Poor rated gimmick. 49 rating. We then have a women's match featuring the SmackDown women. This is something they would do in real life, so I thought, why not? Victoria gets a 5-minute win over Maurice. I thought, put Victoria on ECW. I feel like Victoria fits what ECW is based around. Then, Teddy Long, he's kind of done his business for the night. He's out of his office. He's kind of just chilling around now. And he sees the Country Punks backstage. And he goes up to him and he's like, I'm glad I could catch her. Big news for you guys. After your incredible performance against the Dirt Sheet last week, you're going to be in a number one contenders match for the tag titles on SmackDown. So, great job, boys. Bring those titles to ECW. I'd love to see it. And obviously the Country Punks, they're buzzing that they're going to have a shot for the tag titles potentially. see what happens on SmackDown. We then, Paul Burchill is in action. Al Snow making his return to ECW, just casually. Yeah, so we had OVW and FCW. I shut down OVW, so we just got Al Snow, and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just stick him on ECW. I have no plans for Al Snow, he's just kind of going to be a guy that's around. As shown here as he loses to Paul Burchill. And considering he scored a 28, I have no incentive to start using Al Snow. To be fair, they didn't click. Maybe Al Snow could do better, but probably not. Big win for Paul Burchill. Obviously, he attacked Nunzio after his match last week. Don't really know what's up with that. We might be about to find out though, as new interviewer Stevie Richards is about to interview Paul Burchill. But before any words can even come out from either of them, Nunzio just kind of runs in street clothes and just starts a brawl with Paul Burchill. And it's like this, it's very like hard hitting. It feels like a real fight. He is laying in shots. He's just kind of going, you want to start stuff with me? Well, it's not going to go well for you. I'm a little fighter. I ain't going to take no BS. Especially from someone new here. So just a big fight between the two. Stevie Richards is just like, whatever, and he just walks out. He cannot be bothered with this. 28 rating. We then cut backstage. Tommy Dreamer is hyping up Colin Delaney. They've got their big tag match against either Matt Striker, Elijah Burke, and Big Daddy V. Two of them will be facing them. They don't know who yet. But Tommy's hyping him up. He's like, you eliminated Matt Striker in the SmackDown Battle Royal. Like, you've got this. You're on a roll. You've got me by your side tonight. We can do this easily. We got this in the bag. Let's go. So Tommy Dreamer and Colin Delaney, they are going to be up against Elijah Burke and Big Daddy V. And Big Daddy V and Elijah get the win. And Big Daddy V pins Colin Delaney. So the match starts. Maybe Colin Delaney starts with Elijah, and Elijah is kind of getting the upper hand, but he's kind of taking it a bit easy, and Colin Delaney is starting to get a little bit of an upper hand on Elijah Burke. But eventually Matt Striker, he'll distract Colin Delaney. Elijah regains control, and then we go into heat. Elijah Burke and Big Daddy V, they're tagging in and out, and they're just making Colin Delaney their bitch. He's beating the crap out of him. Eventually, Colin Delaney fights him off, gets the hot tag to Dreamer. Dreamer comes in, House of Fire, clearing house. He's going crazy. Dream Valley Driver to Burke. He's taking control, knocks Big Daddy V off the apron. Unable to get the victory though. Eventually, they start working down Dreamer. Dreamer tags in Colin Delaney. Colin comes in like a House of Fire. He's trying to take those shots. It doesn't really work for him though. Big Daddy V gets him. And he beats him with the sex drive apparently. No, he doesn't beat him with the sex. There will be no sex drives on ECW. Not on my watch. We can't just go around dry humping the new guys, okay? That is not okay. He beats him with like a choke slam or whatever he's doing in 2008. Dreamer carrying the match. The fans did not want to see Big Daddy V wrestle. I can respect that. Nice to know the crowd has some decency. But Burke and Big Daddy V, they get the win. Another loss for Colin Delaney. When will Colin Delaney score a victory? Can he score a victory? Is he even capable of winning a match? 46. We end the show with a 52. Ugh. CM Punk, he comes down to the ring in street clothes. And he calls out Chavo Guerrero and he's like, I may not be able to get a match with you for the title until No Way Out, but I can fight you. So get your ass out here, let's have a fight. Chavo, he comes out in street clothes, and they just start fighting. They spill out into the crowd. They're just fighting through the arena. They eventually brawl to the outside of the arena. They're brawling in the street. They're in the middle of the road. A car comes in. Chavo spears Punk into the side of the car, well, into the front of the car. The Punk counters and throws Chavo into the windscreen. And they are fighting down towards the Gulf of Mexico. But then the Edgeheads, they are dressed up, pretending to be fishermen. And then they come in and they help Chavo out, and then they 3v1 CM Punk. And then they pick up Punk and they throw CM Punk into the Gulf of Mexico. And that's how we end ECW. So again, this is kind of based on what happened in real life. But I've switched it where instead of Chavo getting thrown in, it's Punk getting thrown in. And we're going to play into that next week. So you best watch that episode. 52 though. Oh my god. These ECW ratings, man. And 47 for the show. So next week's ECW going to be the 90-minute episode. So we'll get into that. But right now we're going to get into SmackDown. Alright, we're here on SmackDown, and I just want to apologise for the show that is to come. It is terrible. This could be the worst show ever. But let's get into it when we get into it. It's so terrible, I've uploaded this a day late because I've not really want to run through it. I'm starting with pre-show matches that I actually added earlier this morning before I'm recording. Because, again, the roster's so thin, I just want to look at people to try and cool up, man. We've got Ted DiBiase Jr. against the Boogeyman. He performs at 29. That's not too bad. Boogeyman has a groundswell of public support. That's actually not too bad, because I do kind of have plans for the Boogeyman on ECW. Again, the reason the Boogeyman's in this match, just needed a babyface, and he was the only one. Just needed a babyface, and there were none on SmackDown, so I was like, use an ECW guy. And Boogeyman's never had a match, so might as well be him. 39, we have the Fatu twins, aka the Usos, because I want a tag team division. I'm not even asking for a good tag team division yet, I just want a tag team division. Because right now there's none. Yeah, Edgeheads wins. I want to get the Edgeheads some wins as well, so this does that. Then our main event, we have Scotty Goldman and Joe Henning against Deuce and Domino. The reason these two are teaming up is because they've both contacted me saying they want to get called up. So this is their chance. And Colt Cabana, 49. He is getting called up almost immediately. Because that is an insane performance for a developmental guy. So expect Scotty Goldman on the show soon. Deuce and Domino, they're here. You wouldn't have known. Decent match as well, to be fair. For a pre-show match. I'll probably cut that out. We open the show. We have the Dirt Sheet, they're in the ring, and they mock their potential challengers for No Way Out. They go Jimmy Wang Yang and Shannon Moore are WCW rejects, and WWE rejects, and ECW rejects. They say, Jesse, your father was a free bird. You're more like a dodo bird. Very PG era insults, but yeah, 55, fair enough. First match, the number one contenders match. Jesse and Festus, they defeat the Country Punks. The crowd are not invested in either of these teams. Fair enough. I mean, to be fair though, Country Punks, they're performing well. You'd think, hopefully the crowd can get invested in them a bit, because they're quite good. We said this last time, that's why they're in this match, to be honest. I had no plans for them, but their match against Miz and Morrison on ECW last week was so good, I was like, let's use them a bit more. Because, God forbid, we have a good tag team. Jesse and Festus get the win. They'll be facing Miz and Morrison at No Way Out for the WWE tag titles. Festus was the weak link, which, that's mad to say. Batista is backstage. He's backstage and Kane kind of menacingly gets up to him. And he taunts him about eliminating him last week and stopping his chances, eliminating him quickly as well, early elimination. And Batista, he challenges Kane to a match tonight. So that's happening. And it's probably going to get dinged, and you'll see why. But 69, very nice. And then Jack Corpella, the man with the scoops. Jack Corpella, he's with Kelly Kelly. And Kelly's questioning what the hell is Layla doing? Like, why she became like a bitch? What's the deal? We used to be mates, Layla. We used to be the Extreme Expose. We were mates. We just stripped and had fun. What's happened to your attitude? Why can't we all just get along? Something along those lines. 36. Yep. I'm trying to get through this show as quickly as possible because of how bad it is. 21! Oh my god. I was expecting better than a 21. I weren't expecting a good rating, but I expected better than a 21. Kofi Kingston beats Dave Taylor in 3 minutes. Now I've said that, I completely understand why it's got a 21. Just saying the match out loud is like, yeah, to be fair, they didn't click, so that explains it a bit. Would have been a little bit better. Just trying to boost Kofi's pop. Dave Taylor, he's actually recognisable, so he's got some pop to kill. And his stats aren't terrible. For being 50 years old, his stats aren't terrible. He has good selling, decent everything else, obviously great psychology. He is active as a road agent as well. I have no problem with using him as a jobber because his stats are decent for now. They're quickly going to go down, so might as well make the most out of him while we've got him here. MVP goes up to Edge backstage. The main event tonight is going to be a 6-man tag with the Chamber participants. And MVP says, hey, we're the champs. Well, world champ, I'm US champ. We kind of run the show here. And I know you ain't got your boy Chavo in the Chamber with you. Obviously, you ain't got the Edgeheads with you. You're on your own in the Chamber. So how about you and I team up inside the Chamber? Because this show deserves a role model as its world champion. So why don't we work together, take out the other 4, take out The Undertaker, take out the Great Khali, bring it down to us 2, and then have the best man win. And Edge agrees. He says, you know what, that's not too bad of an idea. Us working together. Let's do it. 71 rating, decent. We then get just a little promo revealing that at No Way Out, the Big Show will be returning. 60 rating. We then have a women's match, 51. Victoria defeats Kelly Kelly after Lena Yada got involved. Did I really only booked Lena Yada? Okay. I booked this like 2 days ago, so I can't really remember what I booked. Yeah, Victoria beats Kelly, Lena Yada gets involved. Lena Yada, of course, Layla's manager. Afterwards, Lena Yada and Layla, they both get up on the apron and they start beating up Kelly. Victoria's just kind of on the outside, leaving them to it. Michelle McCool runs in, she gets up on the apron, but then Victoria pulls her off the apron and takes her out on the outside. So Kelly doesn't get saved, and Layla and Lena stand tall. 35. Backstage, the man with the scoops, Jack Corpella. He's about to interview Jesse and Festus after them becoming the number one contenders, but they get attacked by Miz and Morrison. 34. This show is going to be so bad. It's going to be like in the 50s. Oh my god. Yep, Dirt Sheet attack them because they just do. I don't know why. Please, I just want to get this show over with. Batista and Kane have a 69. Nice. And it's a draw following a double count out. This show is so bad. It's only fitting we have an all-timer Raw and a shit SmackDown. Nothing goes more hand in hand, especially in 2008. Oh no, double count out. Afterwards, Batista gets backstage and he's annoyed because it was a double count out and he's lost again. And Ray, he tells him, don't be annoyed. I've already talked to Vicky. There's going to be a rematch between you and Kane at No Way Out and it's going to be no disqualification. Yes, that match was just building to another match between them. And hopefully, I feel like they could work a no DQ match quite well. So, I mean, they scored 69 here. I feel like that's going to do slightly better. So, should be a decent match. Our main event is a 63. The good guys, Undertaker, Mysterio, and Jamie Noble. They defeat Edge, MVP, and Great Khali when Undertaker pins MVP. Khali was the weak link. Sounds about right. Jamie Noble outperforming MVP. That's kinda mad. Kind of respect to Jamie Noble for that. Heavily carried by Edge, Ray, and Undertaker. To be fair, Ray only 76. I'd expect better from Ray. Khali and Rajin Singh have no chemistry. I'll probably change that to neutral chemistry because what the hell else are you gonna do with Rajin Singh? That is SmackDown. I don't know what this rating's gonna... I legitimately think this could be a rating in the 50s. Oh, MVP debuted a new spot. That's good. Thank you, Sergeant Slaughter. And one small little boost to end this crap show. 66. That is so generous. How the hell did this get a 66? So I'm trying to figure this out in my head. I do believe for my match rating and angle rating, I do have it set just to the ones that give you the best possible rating, which I believe is your main event and then your two other highest rated matches. So that would be the 69 here, the 63. Our next highest rated match would be the 51. So that probably brought it down. And then I believe angles is just 3 highest rated angles. That would be the 80, 71, and 69 up here. Which obviously would boost it quite a lot. So I assume that's how it's so high of a rating. If I didn't have it set to that, this would definitely be way lower. This is so bad of a show, man. But that's the end of the episode. I mean, unless there's drug-related incidents, like there was on Raw. But that is the end of the episode. I'll see you on Monday Night Raw. It's the go-home Raw for No Way Out. So next week being go-home week, I have plans. So SmackDown shouldn't be as bad next week. I actually have quite a big plan for SmackDown next week. I have plans for Raw as well. So hopefully we'll get some good shows next week. We've got the 90-minute ECW next week as well. But next time I'll see you will be on Raw. So see you then. Bye.